Hey everyone, I just wanted to do a quick overview of my printing setup here. I have a Hicktop CR10 on the left and a Monoprice Maker Select V2 on the right. We'll start with the CR10 here. This is kind of the my go-to printer for both of them. I do most of my printing on the CR10 unless I need something in ABS, which then I'll use the Monoprice for. So I have a print going right now. I'm building a CNC keypad with my mechanical keyboard switches. Here's a quick sneak peek. I'm actually rebuilding it, so I'll probably do another video on that once I get that rebuilt. I used MX Blue switches, and I'm switching to some Box Jade switches. So anyway, we'll get right into the machine here. So I've had the Hicktop CR10 for about a year and a half now, and I am super happy with the machine. I've done a couple upgrades. You can see the blue thumb wheels at the bottom. That's one of the things I've done here. And then I've also got the Fang cooler mount here. And I forget who made the Fang mount, I apologize, but I will link it in the description below. So I've got the Fang cooler on here with the large fan up top. I typically turn it off on the first layer. So you can see my blue silicone sleeve on the bottom there, and that's instead of the capped on tape, which I don't know, I just think it looks a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. So I've got the toolkit on the left here. Not much special about that. I do have the Allen wrenches on the left. If anyone's curious, my typical PLA print temperatures are 210 on the nozzle and 60 on the bed. So I use those temperatures on everything PLA. If I ever have an issue, then I'll troubleshoot from there. Like if I have a bad roll of filament or a cheap roll of filament that might want a different temperature, then I will change from there. But these are my settings. I like to keep my settings as, I don't know, thoughtless as possible. I just want to be able to throw a model in, basically hit go. Keep things simple, as simple as I can. So up top I've got my filament rolls. I've just got them hanging on, simple pegboard hooks there. So I don't do any drying. I've got the printers in the basement here, and I haven't had any issues with moisture. It's very, very dry here, even in the summer in the Midwest here. So my basement is very dry. So both printers are running on Octoprint, and you can see my Raspberry Pi on the left here. I got a nice little case mounted on the wall. So I have Octoprint running, and that's how I control my prints. I don't use an SD card. You can see my blue USB cord there. So trying to think of what else I have for upgrades here. I have replaced the motherboard in here. I fought an issue with layer shifting about a year and a half ago, and I thought it was the motherboard, but it wasn't. So the motherboard I have is from Tiny Machines, but anyway, I took the blue strips out because it rubs on the x-axis here. So it's gonna be hard to get in there, but there's a bolt on the back side there that rubs against the z-axis. So I just took them all out. It is a little bit noisier, but overall, it's in my basement, so it's not like it's intruding on anything. So love the CR10. I recommend it to anyone and everyone that wants to get into the hobby. I upgraded from the Monoprice, and it's worth every penny. I paid more than what they're going for right now, and I still love this machine. I really, every machine you buy is going to have a couple, quirks and growing pains, I guess you could say. But I've been very happy with the machine. So we'll move on to the Monoprice here, and I've had the Monoprice for about 2.5 years, and I've done quite a bit to it over the last year or two. You can see the enclosure here. I have an all new cooler mount. You can see the Noctua fan here. It's very little is stock on it. I've got the Z-brace mod in there. I have a ABS plate here for flexible filament, and I've got the PTFE tube in there. So the cooler there, the cooler does an okay job. It's not as good as the CR10, but it gets the job done. So It's kind of a hobble of wires there, but like I said, it works. And then I've got the enclosure here. I'll talk a little bit about the enclosure. The enclosure is nothing new. The enclosure is a IKEA lac table. You know, I got this one at Walmart for $10, and this, if you're familiar with these machines at all, you've seen this table before. It's really nothing fancy. I did brace it down here with some way overkill bolts here, but it was all I had, and you know, it works. But I used plexi on the sides here, threw an L on there just for left, and what's nice here is that the doors can just come right off. So they can come right off. If I ever need to service the machine, I typically leave the front door off when I use PLA, but then when I want to print ABS, I just throw the door right back on. So it's pretty straightforward, keeps the heat in pretty well for ABS. I don't print a whole lot of ABS. It's typically when I have to have a part that is going to live in my truck that that needs to withstand that heat. I'll typically print something in PLA first, and then if it fails, then I will reprint in ABS or PETG or anything like that. So I like to keep this as simple as I can. Just I've had my share of headaches over the last 2 years, and I just want to, have a tried and true method of printing. So let's see, anything else on the monoprice? It's a monoprice Maker Select V2. So I've replaced the thermistor and hot end, 4 times over. I do have an all metal hot end in here. You can't see it, but the all metal hot end lets you go to 280, 300 Celsius. Don't quote me on that, but if I really wanted to, I could print polycarbonate, any kind of nylon. I do have a hardened nozzle on there as well, so that's probably not going to focus. Maybe it will. So anyway, we got the lights in here, and then the lights are USB, which come back to here, and I got my 2 buttons here. So anyway, I'll talk a little bit about Octoprint, and what I've got up top here, which you've probably seen, is it's a Fire 7 tablet, and I use this as like a little HDMI screen. It's $50, or a HMI screen, I should say. Sorry, it's $50, and I use this for a little control pad for both printers. And so what's nice is I've got CR10 home up top, and I can set my temperatures. This is pretty standard, Octoprint here, but I love this thing. It is the best $50 ever. I just leave the tablet on here, leave it plugged in, and if I want to switch between printers, I have a couple different profiles here. I have a home profile and a away profile. They have different IP addresses. One's my public IP address, one's my private. So you guys won't be seeing that. But if I go to Maker Select V2 home, right here, then I'll head over to the monoprice. And then, so typically what I do, I'll just fire it up real quick, is I go over to the machine and I turn it on. And I let it boot up. Doesn't take long. So then what I do is I go back to the tablet and I hit connect, and then I scroll down and I hit check mark, and then the printer will reset or reboot, and then I now have full control over the printer. So you guys get the idea there. And then I set temperatures through this. I monitor it through my phone. So, but yeah, just wanted to give a quick demonstration here, a quick overview of my printers, and just kind of show my workflow a little bit. I'll probably do another one on my MPCNC, talk about Octoprint a little bit with that. And if you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments. And I feel like I'm pretty active on YouTube here, so I just wanted to say thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you guys want to see more, and yeah, we'll just kind of go from there and see where the channel takes us. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching.